Hello and welcome. Russ Rodgers back with you, and today I will show you how to clean up your left hand technique, first by organizing your hand form and then by covering some exercises to get the excess motion out of your left hand fingers. Always remember that the quality of your playing will come down to the efficiency of your hands. All right, get your bass out, tuned up, and we'll get started. If you need help in tuning up, check out my free video on tuning your bass. All right, the first thing we want to look at is our thumb, because that's where the left hand form starts. The thumb should be in the back part of the neck, in the bottom quarter of the neck. If you imagine a center axis going down the middle of the neck, try not to let your thumb come above that center axis. And the thumb should be bent backwards lightly against the neck, only enough pressure to counteract what's coming from the other side. Don't try to play the note with the thumb or squeeze the neck. It should be real light back there. In fact, you should almost be able to play without it. Three things to avoid with the thumb for now are this. Avoid that, this, and this. The thumb should be bent backwards, lightly against the neck. With that being said, the grip on a bass neck is a lot like holding a baseball. If you imagine holding a baseball and then bending your thumb backwards and putting that to the neck, it's very similar to what you do on the bass neck. You want to come down on the strings with the tips of the fingers, with the joints of the fingers here, 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 and here not collapsed, locked up, or buckle in. The first exercise is going to be what I call a hold position exercise. That's where you put the first finger right behind the 9th fret, second finger right behind the 10th, third right behind the 11th, and fourth right behind the 12th on the E string. All right, so what you want to do now is put pressure on all those notes like you're playing them all at the same time, and check your hand form. And you want to look to make sure your fingers are directly behind the frets and the knuckles of the fingers are not collapsed, locked up, or buckled in. Also that your wrist is out. You don't want the wrist to come in like this. You want the wrist out. All right, so the idea of this is just getting your hand to be used to being in this position. Should just hold it there for a minute or two. Then you go to the A string and put them on the same frets on the A string. Put pressure down on all the fingers, hold them there for a minute. Then put the same thing to the D string. And then the same thing to the G string. It's real important to watch your left hand to make sure all the details that we talked about are there. The second part of this exercise is called set, check, and play. You're in the same position starting with the first finger on the 9th fret, and you do this on all strings. You start off with the hold position and then lift 2, 3, and 4 equal distance off the string to where the fingers are almost touching the string and the tips of the fingers are floating directly over the string. Once you get this position, then you play the first finger note. The next thing you do is put the second finger right behind the 10th fret. Make sure you're not on top of the fret and you can see the top of the fret. All right, once there, you check three things. Make sure the second finger is where it needs to be and the knuckles aren't collapsed or locked up. Make sure the first finger is down and touching the string. It doesn't have to be directly behind that fret. It can pull up a little bit, but don't let them bunch up, but a relaxed spread. Then look at 3 and 4 and make sure that the tips of the fingers are floating directly over the strings. Now, if you have problems with this, set the 3rd and 4th finger down on the string, lift it up, set it down, lift it up, set it down until you can get them to float directly over the string and hold it there. Once you get that position, then play the note. All right, then you put the 3rd finger directly behind the 11th fret. All right, make sure that it's where it needs to be and the joints aren't locked up. Then look at 1 and 2, make sure that they're down touching the string. Then look at 4 and make sure that it's floating directly over the string. Again, if you have problems with getting it to cooperate, pick it up, set it down, pick it up. And even if you need to take the other hand and do this, that's okay. You know, just get what you want to do is get the position, hold it, and then play the note once you've got the position. All right, 4th finger. You put it directly behind the 12th fret. And make sure that the joints aren't locked up or collapsed, and then look at 1, 2, and 3 and make sure they're simply down touching the string comfortably. So that's set, check, and play. All right, the next part of this exercise is called a slow 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically what we want to do is play in the same place on the bass neck and go in a slow tempo on each string, up and down the strings, maintaining the same finger integrity that we had in set, check, and play. You should work on each of these steps and get comfortable with them before proceeding to the next. All right, here's the slow 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's look at how we do this in the lower register of the bass. All right, in doing exercise 2, basically we want to start with set, check, and play. And as you notice that the notes are further apart from each other, the hand is going to have to move this way. So let me show you what we have to do with the thumb so that it will follow the hand. All right, the movement of the thumb that we want to have when we do this is a pivot motion that will look like this. Now, if you're in a smaller area, the thumb will not really move on the neck, but will kind of pivot like that. As you move wider on the neck, it'll start to move and follow the hand. All right, here's set, check, and play in the first 4 frets. We start with our first finger right behind the first fret. All right, have 2, 3, and 4 down on the string, similar to the hold position that we did earlier. And then lift 2, 3, and 4 equal distance off the string. Again, if you have problems with this, set it down, pick it up, set it down, pick it up until you get them equally floating over the string. And once you get that, then play the first finger note. All right, when we go to the second finger, we pull the hand up and put the second finger directly behind the second fret. First finger will follow it up a little bit. You don't want to play all stretched out like this because you're going to use all your energy up just keeping the hand stretched out. You want to play in a relaxed position. I will say that the faster you play, the more you will have to stretch to notes in this area. But if you're in that situation, make sure you always relax the hand at every opportunity to give yourself more staying power in this area of the neck. All right, second finger directly behind the second fret. First finger pulls up. Let 3 and 4 float directly over the string. Set them down, pick them up, set them down, pick them up. When you get that, then play the note. Then we go to the third finger directly behind the third fret. Notice where 1 and 2 are now. They're comfortably behind the third. All right, and then make sure the fourth floats directly over the string. Set it down, pick it up until you get it. Then play the note. And we go to the fourth finger note on the fourth fret. It's right behind the fourth fret. Notice where 1, 2, and 3 are. Then you play the note when you get that position. All right, you should do this on all strings, and then we'll do the slow 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so starting the slow 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll start like a hold position, get our hands set, and then do a slow tempo going up and down on all strings. You want to maintain the same finger integrity that you had in set, check, and play. Now, as you get comfortable with this and speed it up, the hand will look like this. Thanks for checking out this video, and I hope this has helped improve your left hand technique. And again, no matter what else you've got going, if there's a problem in your hands, the music will not get out the way you want it to. I also invite you to look at my other free and premium videos. And so until next time, this is Russ Rodgers, and I'll see you later.